What is up, guys? In today's video, we're going to be talking about the supply specialist NPCs that are currently available in Fortnite Chapter 7 because I think they are really good. As always, if you guys do enjoy this video, find it helpful, informative, or interesting, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you like to see more, and if you guys would like to use my code in the item shop when getting anything, it is EvolveJake, just like my channel name is, and it is underneath the webcam at all times. So if you guys were unaware, the supply specialist NPCs will periodically give you ammo and supplies based on the item you're holding out when it is time for them to resupply you. And the reason why this is really helpful is because they can give you shockwaves and they can also give you porta bunkers if that's what you're holding out. And there's actually two supply specialist NPCs currently on the map. The Mira NPC is a character from K-pop Demon Hunter. She was added in the most recent update, and she is located at Battlewood. And then Karina is across the lake from Clausy Lodge. And both of these NPCs can be hired for 600 gold. And these supply specialists have been good for a really long time in Zero Build, but the K-pop Demon Hunters update made them even better because with this update, shockwaves were unvaulted, but also the amount of shockwaves you can carry in a stack was reduced from 6 to 4. To kind of make up for this, it does seem like the spawn rate of shockwaves was improved, which can kind of make up for that stack change, but it still can be a struggle at times for some players, especially like later on in the game, or if you're just in a situation where you really aren't able to loot much for whatever reason, like you try to go somewhere, it's already been looted, or, you know, people there you don't want to deal with. These supply specialist NPCs, they can give you shockwaves if that's what you're holding out when it's time for them to resupply you. Which is nice. And they also drop shockwaves in stacks of 3, which is basically a full stack at this point. So if you have one shockwave, you're holding it out, the NPC gives you more shockwaves. Now you have 4 shockwaves total, and you have a full stack just from having this NPC. And as I said, they can drop bunkers as well, which is really nice in some situations. These NPCs have always been good, as I said, but now this shines to a greater extent because a lot of players haven't felt great about the reduction in how many shockwaves you can carry with the most recent update. And having this NPC basically means you have unlimited shockwaves if you have one to hold out when it's time for them to resupply you. Another reason why this is really nice at the moment, I think, is because I really like carrying double mobility currently. And so with the current update, I would like for this to be shockwaves in the teleportation mask, but the spawn rate of the mask isn't the greatest. So I have a lot of games where I end up just running 2 slots of shockwaves if I haven't been able to find the mask yet. And this works really well when combined with the NPC because you have them just giving you more and more and more shockwaves on top of each other. So it makes it very easy to make sure you have enough shockwaves to justify dedicating 2 slots to it. Another time this can be incredibly helpful is going to be in team game modes because obviously finding enough shockwaves or mobility in general to go around with your entire team, it can be a bit of a struggle. But since the NPC drops them in stacks of 3, it won't take long before everybody on your team can have like a few, you know, even if it isn't everybody with a full stack, everybody can have like 1 or 2 and at least have some mobility to play the fight out. Especially depending on where you land, it might be a struggle for you to find enough mobility for an entire squad. And so this NPC helps fix that. Just in general, it makes it very easy to stay topped off on shockwaves and bunkers if you want to carry them, which allows you more freedom to use them without having to worry about finding more in the future. I think one thing that a lot of players struggle with is like they find their shockwaves, they find their bunkers, but then they also don't want to use them in a fight because of, you know, they might have to find more or they might not find more. And the kind of concern about that leads to people being very reserved with how they use their mobility or how they use their cover items. And that is something that can ultimately cost you if you are too scared to use your mobility or too scared to use your cover in a situation that really calls for it. So when you have this NPC, you can be really loose about how you're using your shockwaves. You can use 2 or 3 to get a kill and it's fine because the NPC is just going to give you 3 more. And then same with a bunker. You might be in a fight where like you maybe want to throw a bunker, but you kind of want to be greedy at the same time and hold it. That's a thought that just doesn't need to exist at all if you have this NPC, which is again going to be really helpful in team game modes because in squads, for example, the fights often will last longer and that makes having something like a bunker even more of an advantage than it otherwise would be in like solos where the fights can go really quick. There are times where the game kind of trolls you and the NPC will give you ammo instead of shockwaves or bunkers, even if that's what you're holding out. That's just kind of the way it is. But from my experience, it does seem like a pretty decent chance that they'll actually give me what I'm holding out. At the end of the day, it's Fortnite, so most things aren't going to be totally consistent 100% of the time. I don't know if this is a bug. I don't know if this is like intended balance by Fortnite, not making it, you know, literally give shockwaves constantly. But either way, you are able to somewhat consistently get shockwaves or cover from this NPC, so it does still fill the role you kind of want from it. I do think if your stack is full, the NPC won't give you more. So if you're just holding out a full set of 4 shockwaves, it's not going to give you more because your stack is full. So if you are full on shocks, make sure to like split your stack when you're waiting for the NPC to hold you. That way they do actually give you more shockwaves and not just ignore this time, give you something else because you were full. It kind of resupplies on a timer. And so if one of those opportunities is wasted, you're going to have to wait until another, you know, until that cooldown expires for them to go to resupply you again. It also seems like they typically won't resupply you if there's like enemies super close to you. It's Fortnite at the end of the day, so maybe sometimes it will, but most of the time from my experience, it seems like if there's a fight happening or an enemy that's very close to you, the NPC is more concerned about that than resupplying you. So you may need to like reposition, get away, or just eliminate the enemy in order for them to like finally resupply you. But that is going to be it for this video. I hope you guys found this to be helpful, informative, or interesting. If you have been struggling to deal with the reduction in shockwave stacks, this NPC can be really helpful. Let me know what you guys think down in the comments below. If you enjoyed this, remember to give it a like, subscribe if you'd like to see more, and I will see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Shocks, please. Thank you. Oh, what the? I'm not gonna lie. I thought it was a 1v1 and then the last guy was by that bunker. I'm so lucky he shot the AI. I want to go on that, but this other guy potentially third-partying makes me not want to. But I would like to get that lock-on user out of the game. Maybe they fight. I needed to shoot him. This is just terrible. Yeah, all terrible. I needed to shoot him while he's in air so he feels like motivated to land right then. That guy in the bunker ahead won't come back for this, I don't think. I wanted to mantle the roof. I don't know if you just saw me. I don't think he knows where I went. Jeez. But yeah, with where this guy is, I feel like there's no chance he like pushes back up to this fight. I was like pretty certain I could just go and kill that guy. But like earlier when I had the lock on AR player weak, that guy was going to have to rotate into us anyway. So like he definitely third parties if he gets the opportunity.